Welcome to my Jaycon 2013 video. Jaycon was an anime convention held on April 6th and 7th, 2013 at Elizabethtown College in Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania. Jaycon was started in 2010. They decided to just kind of run an anime convention. They are run by the Elizabethtown Anime Club. And this is now their fourth year. I started attending back in 2011. The group I travel with went down for one day in 2011 and 2012, and I've been sufficiently impressed. They were nice little intimate conventions that were worth attending. So this year, I decided I would attend both days just to, get the perspective, see what the whole experience would be like. And, let's move on. Now, they did have one little problem to start. The university administration did change some policies, and unfortunately, the rave was canceled pre-con. They had no choice in the matter. And all programming past 8:30 had to be 18 plus. Unfortunately, this con is a much younger con than average, even younger than, say, Zenkai Con. So I'm not sure it hurt them that much, but some people, it might have hurt their experience, university administration, got to follow the rules. So, let's take a look here. This is the badge. It was a nice badge. It is a plain, simple badge. The artwork was nice. And, I don't have a lot more to add than that. This was the convention booklet. Actually, it is a reasonably sized booklet, and it has a nice professional cover on it, though, which was a surprise. It's well printed. They are going to have, little spoiler, they're going to have a Jaycon next year. It was a well printed book. It really held up to several days of abuse of going around the convention, and let's open it up, take a look here. Just a little preview, nothing major here, nice table of contents. It was a 2-day convention, a couple ads here. I'm just going to keep flipping. Your usual, your rules and your policy page, behave yourself. Several main events, and there's actually another ad here. Several main events was, there was the costume contest, which I'll cover a little later. The Astor Place concert, cosplay chess. Unfortunately, the rave got canceled. And the Astor Place acoustic set. Now, the guests. This was the first year they had a band, the Astor Place. They had been at Zenkai Con previously, but from what I understand, there were some changes in the band. And, that was first guest, Kevin Bulk. I believe was a returning guest to this con. He's an artist, and he's down in the dealer's room a lot. They had their first voice actor, which is Michelle Knotts. She's from Pokemon. She actually was a pretty good guest. I'll probably cover a little more when we discuss what panels I attended. She was entertaining, and they had Dwayne Johnson. No, not The Rock. He is a translator, and I didn't get really a chance to see any of his panels. Just didn't work out with the times and what I wanted to see. Vigil, Anthony's video production group, and just shout out to Anthony. They ran some pretty decent panels. There's DJ. There was the DJ, and Disassembler. Now we have an ad for Antipode. Geek Belly Dance group. Let's just flip this. And right now we have, panel descriptions. They had for a very small convention, they had a decent variety of panels. And actually, I really like this setup here. It was very clear. It was easy to read. There wasn't a lot of guesses. Now a few more ads here. They had some viewings, not bad selection here. Sky Crawlers, I'm not sure what I think about that one, but, you know, they had some Pokemon, they had some Trigun. It was, you know, a nice little selection. Actually, I'll take the time to discuss the dealer's room now. Jaycon had their own little booth selling stuff. They were also selling con t-shirts. I actually didn't pick up a con t-shirt this time. I just didn't feel like it. There was actually an import toy group. They had a nice selection. The dealer's room, yes, was small, but definitely it wasn't bad considering, like I said, this con, maybe 300 attendees. I don't have an exact number on that. So, all things considered, you know, for a dealer's room of that size, I had a little bug on my hand there, that kind of sucked. And there was Save Point Store that's associated with Vigil. And we're gonna flip through here. There was a couple of people in Artist Alley. Yeah, there's a couple of people in Artist Alley floating around. Zenkai-Con ad, 2014. We know they were coming back. Good to know. They had a small little game room. It was, you know, just a Wii, couple other systems. Wasn't bad. It's a really small game room, and they put forth a good effort. There's a map. Again, very easy. Most of the con was located in these two buildings here, which is the Master Center in Hoover. Now, I did have the concert up here in, I believe it was the BSC, and you could get food at the, I'll just move that over, the Bossman Commons. They had cosplay chess over in the Leffler Chapel. Parking was easy. It was free, thankfully. It was just easy to park. And let's see here. We'll flip this. Nice little, you know, Jaycon, sponsored by Elizabethtown Anime Club. And some credits. And again, back of the book. Again, a well-produced book. Now, I'm actually going to cover what I bought in the dealer's room really quick. I did pick up a poster. I have a weird story about something with a Meta Knight, so I ended up getting this Meta Knight poster. And it's basically, you know, kind of on the Dark Knight. It's nicely done. Sometime I will tell that story. It involves Otakon and shenanigans, but I particularly liked the poster. I thought it was well done. And I'll try and hang this up on my wall. I did pick up two other things. I picked up Con Drama. This is Vigil, Anthony's, they did basically a video about, you know, attending a con. It was actually pretty accurate considering, you know, the people I tend to hang out with at cons, you know, always a good time. And, you know, there was your annoying characters, your techie characters, and it was actually pretty entertaining. This debuted at, Otakon, and they're taking it around, and it's worth getting. I was going to pick up a copy and just did. Now, I did pick up two other items here. Hold on. I picked up two copies of Love Hina to kind of round out my collection. They're not in the greatest of shape. I would have liked to get in better shape volumes, but I actually want to read this series and get it over with. I got all the individual volumes off eBay for what I thought was a good price. I go to open the first volume and there's a whole page missing, which really made me mad. And page 2 had a pretty nasty rip. And you know, they're a little yellowed, but I'm just going to add them to my collection at this point. I'm not going to sit around and not have them because this is the next manga I intend to read. Now, let's move on here. We're going to go to the schedule. There was actually a paper insert. This had a much more detailed map discussing where everything was, and so we can see here, it's just a map covering what was discussed. Now, and yeah, they did have one. They actually had a handout here discussing what unfortunately was canceled, but that's not important. Now we have the schedule here. We're going to try to work through this. And the panels I attended opening ceremonies, which it was a nice, you know, con opening ceremonies. I attended Con Drama and actually saw the video I just purchased, which was, it was a nice, it's a nice viewing. I wish I could have stayed longer, but I wanted to see Meet the Guest Michelle Knotts. Again, she put forth a good panel. She seems to be like a really good con guest. She was at ZenkaiCon too in 2012. I didn't get a chance to attend her panels, which was a little sad, but I'm glad I got to see her here. She was entertaining. She had a very good autograph line, I will definitely say that. Moving forward here, I went to OMA, the Mock Model UN, and our team put forth a really good effort, and we were the first to die right at the end. We got poisoned. Our team was Hoth. We tried. We put on a good fight. I will say that we put forth a very, very, very good effort. Let's see, moving forward. The costume contest was actually pretty well done. It had some decent entries in it. And the auditorium that hosts everything is very convenient, very well done. Unfortunately, the costume contest kind of did go long. I will give one more compliment. They did a great job at busting time between the judging and the awards, because sometimes they don't always do a great job with that. They had a limbo contest, which was very interesting. Some singing broke out. A Harlem Shake video was filmed. It was a well done masquerade. Unfortunately, I only saw the tail end of the dating game. I don't have a lot to add about that. Then I went and saw the Astor Place concert, which I kind of feel bad. It was not the most attended event at Jaycon. They put forth a pretty good concert. They kept the crowd engaged. Music wasn't bad. And I think they had 50 people, including staff, and that was sad that more didn't stick around, but the 8:30 cap kind of kicked in. Now, I will tell you, another panel ran by Vigil was Worst Pickup Line Ever. It was very funny. They had some people in there that were very, 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 very light on their feet. They could really come up with responses. It was very funny. Now, that was the end of my evening. I stayed overnight at a hotel up in Hershey, and all I can say was it was pretty ghetto. Definitely got a Yelp review that wasn't very nice. Now, I believe the next panel I attended was Cosplay Improv. This was Sunday now. And they had cosplayers. They had a guy part of the Elizabethtown Improv group run it, and it was rather, smoothly run, and I don't have a lot to add past that. I attended a little bit of con goer at the end, discussing some of the stuff I've seen at cons, stories I've heard. And let's see, let's move along here. Cosplay chess is interesting. They basically play chess and use cosplay characters, and people are in character, and they act out like if they lose and who's attacking who. I'm not sure it was totally my bag. It was a little weird at times. It felt like the game almost ended too early. But, it's playing a game of chess, and I don't have a lot more to add than that. Now, this was a big surprise here. The Astor Place acoustic set was actually very, very good. I almost think it was better than their regular set. Again, they did a great job at keeping the crowd engaged, telling little stories. We even had a language lesson in there. And they were actually very, very good acoustically. They can actually sing pretty well. And that was, I think, one of my big surprises. Now, towards the end here, one of the very last panels I attended was Ask a Nation, which is usually funny. They have a Hatalia panel where basically the Hatalia people answer questions, and usually you ask them the worst questions possible. And it wasn't bad. It was reasonably entertaining. I didn't get to attend closing ceremonies, but to sum this con up, it's an interesting convention. It's one of the newer ones in Pennsylvania, and it's a very small convention yet. I don't know what their specific attendance figures are. I'd say 300 range, something around there. But what's really, really nice about this convention is It's very welcoming. Their PR for such a small effort, especially with Facebook, is excellent. It's even better than a lot of the larger conventions at times, that they do a lot to keep people engaged. They also have a really, dedicated a user base isn't exactly the correct word, attendance base, and they're always thinking new ideas, new panels, and it's a really well run small event that I like returning to. I've had people recognize me from panels we've run at past conventions here and from SetsuCon, and they said hi, and it's nice seeing the same people again year after year. I did, get some good pictures. It's a lot younger con, a lot of new cosplayers. There was some gems. There were some decent pictures. It's just it was an average convention, but it was not a bad average. It was a good average convention that I'm going to try to make a solid effort to return to. Again, they've announced their dates for next year. Jaycon 5 is going to be held March 29th and 30th, 2014. I don't know the location. I would assume it's going to be on the Elizabethtown campus yet. And I hope to be able to return, and thank you for watching.